Hello Sagittarius, how are you getting on today? So I've already pulled you some cards. Just to save time, I like to mix things up, you know. I'm sure you get that, Sagittarius. So I've got a total of 9 decks, 8 of which I have shuffled and allowed cards to fall out. You've not got many cards. Some people had quite a lot of cards. Your reading's kind of simple, but it's almost complicated even though it's simple. I'll get into it more in a minute. So what I did once the cards fell out, I gathered them all together, all these different cards from different decks, reshuffled them, and this is the order that they've come out. So you're starting with companionship and dog. Now dogs are very loyal animals. It's kind of one of the things that they're most known for. And the song that I just randomized for your reading was Loyal by Paloma Faith. So there is some issue regarding loyalty, and I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be loyalty to a relationship, although it could be that. It could also be to a workplace or something like this. What I feel is happening for you is you're in some kind of existing situation, and I feel like you are bored. I feel like you're just really, really bored. Which literally, this card, when you read the description, it says all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So all work and no play make Sagittarius a very dull star sign. Maybe that's why you've not got many cards. So I feel like you're really kind of bursting for a little bit of adventure right now. Maybe you want to go and watch that Tell Me Anything reading. I think I called it it was a fairy tale reading. I think I called it Cinderella Will Go to the Ball or something like that. It was one of the recent Tell Me Anything readings. But it had this energy of I want adventure in the great wide somewhere. And I feel like that's your kind of energy at the moment. It's like you want to be loyal, you want to be faithful, you want to do the right thing, you want to follow the rules, but it's like your soul is bursting. It's or wilting. You need more. You need stimulation. You need to know what's out there. You need to know what your options are. So that song, that Loyal by Paloma Faith, it has lines like, if we're always searching, how do we know what we've got? But that's the thing, how do you know what you have got if you've got nothing to compare it to? So it could be that you've been in a workplace for a very long time, or you've lived in a certain area for a long time, or you are in a certain relationship, and it's like, yeah, it's good, you know, I've got nothing to complain about, but I'm bored, you know. It feels like that, and it feels like maybe you have guilt over that, maybe you feel like you're a bad person for that, but I feel like you don't know. This is the thing, if you've only ever been in this situation, or you've been in this situation for a long time and you don't have those other experiences, it's like, well, you could be missing out on a lot. And I do feel that's the case. I feel like there are things that you're missing out on. There's vibrancy and depth that you're not experiencing right now because of whatever this situation is that you're kind of feeling a little bit a bit stuck in. And I'd say that in the nicest way, because I feel like whatever it is for you, there's nothing bad about it. It's just that you feel like your soul's being pulled in a different direction. There's a song trying to come through and I need to focus on it. Hold on. Badly Drawn Boy. And the line is, till it eats the heart from your soul. Silent sigh. Yeah, it feels like you've got like a silent sigh, like silent sigh, badly drawn boy. So badly written there. Yeah, dull. What else is out there? Dissatisfied, settling. It feels like settling energy of like, well, I don't want to mess up a good thing. But at the same time, it's like you're dying. It's like, I'm seeing imagery of like a wilting flower. It's like your soul needs that stimulation, and this is the problem. So I think you're trying to figure out, now it could be work, because you've got Find Balance here, which talks about a work-life balance. You know, I think it's like you need that stimulation, you need the fun, you need the adventure, because you're Sagittarius. That's who you are, that's your soul. Like literally, that is what your soul needs to thrive. You know, you have signs like, especially the earth signs, so Taurus, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and things like Cancer, who are Scorpio as well, I think, to an extent, where, you know, they do tend to be homebodies. They do tend to like having the creature comforts around them. They like the stability. They like the pace. Again, we've got a lot of different planets affecting our full chart. We've all got 12 houses, so, you know, as the planets move around our 12 houses, you know, it can make complexities there. So some people are more inclined to be more adventurous than others. You know, there's plenty of Sagittarians who are homebodies, who are very, very nurturing. So an aspect of Sagittarius, a key aspect of Sagittarius, is that sometimes you feel like you need freedom, you need to be an individual, you need to be able to do what you want to do, you need to investigate things, you need to explore things, you need adventure. And I think, you know, a lot of us do feel like that at some point. But like I say, it's part of your soul that you have the need to do this. I always think of, I'm pretty sure Brad Pitt's a Sagittarius, and I always think about when he went wandering off around the mountains that one time. It's a very Sagittarius thing to do. So it's like, you want to just go, you want to go on like this word pilgrimage keeps coming up for me at the moment, and it did just come out in a reading that I've just done. So it will probably be one of the last Tell Me Anything readings I've done again. I haven't uploaded it yet, so I don't know what I'm going to call it. But it's this thing, it'll have a trigger warning for spiders. But there's something, a similar message there. It ended with this pilgrimage card, and it's like, you have to... As I was putting them away, the village card fell out of that deck as well, which again talks about the need to leave your home, the need to leave your familiar situation to go out and have experiences. There's nothing wrong with that, Sagittarius. It's very, very healthy to want to grow, to want to continue to develop, to want to experience new things. It actually keeps your brain alive as well. If you look at Alzheimer's theory, Alzheimer's work, you know, how people are looking into that, having new things coming in actually can help to stimulate and make those brain connections. So you need it, otherwise your brain's going to get dull. You're not going to be a happy girl, boy, she, he, they. So definitely feeling that for you. It feels like there could be a connection for you where it's a bit like, for some of you, it's like you're going to have to leave somebody, or you're going to have to, it could be temporarily, it doesn't mean like forever. It could be, you know, you get offered to go on a work trip, or you get offered to go on a holiday with your friends, and it means leaving your partner for a few days a week, something like this. It could be some kind of internship where you're going to be gone for a few months. So I think there is this sense of having responsibilities and to your current situation, having loyalties to your current situation, and thinking, well, is it the right thing to do? There's this real indecision coming through with your reading here. For others of you, with this dog card, I feel like you have somebody else who may be coming on an adventure with you. So let me just show you kind of what I'm getting. So you can see here where it ends on this kind of this cliff or this rock. So this is symbolic for me. So you can see here these two people are kind of stood on the nose of this dog. So this is kind of saying to me, it's almost like the edge of a cliff. Now, I'm not saying anyone should go jumping off cliffs unless you're doing it as a sport and it's regulated and there's health and safety people there. But it's more like, I mean, maybe that's what you're doing, but it's talking to me about the Fool card, which I'll come to in a moment. So you can see here this deer stood on this rock. The Ace of Pentacles is some sort of offer. Some kind of offer or a gift or an opportunity. It's something new. It's something tangible and real. So it could be like a plane ticket, you know, it's something, it's a thing. So I don't know if this is you offering to somebody else or somebody offering to you. But again, write down this first line here. You've got this poised card as well with this person on this kind of it's like this surface ready to leap off. You know, you can see the similarity of all these cards. So I think you're prepared for something. You're prepared to move. Even here on this card, there's this preparation to take a leap of faith. So let me just explain to you what that kind of, that surface, that cliff symbolizes. Now the Fool card did not come out of the tarot deck I used, but it could be because there's a certain image on that deck that maybe would have made my brain go in a different direction. So I feel like I want to rely on this. Now I pulled this card out to explain what I'm seeing to you. So this didn't come out randomly from the cards. It's my way of explaining to you what I'm seeing from your cards. So the Fool card in the traditional tarot, this is very similar to the Rider-Waite deck, which is kind of the traditional tarot that people use. You can see that the Fool card is on this like grassy verge, this cliff. She's about to take a leap of faith off this cliff. Now it is symbolic, you know, again, please be safe, but it talks about trusting your intuition. She's looking up at the sky because she trusts the universe. She trusts the divine plan. She trusts that her soul is calling her in the right direction, and the leap of faith is like, if I take a leap of faith, am I going to be caught, you know? Am I going to be safe? Now, the meaning of the Fool in the upright is yes, take the leap of faith. In the reverse, it's like you're being foolish. But you can see here, she's got this dog with her. Now, sometimes the dog looks like they're about to trip the person up. Sometimes the dog looks like they're trying to warn the person. Today, I mean, they could be howling a warning or rearing back, but today it looks like the dog is taking a leap of faith with this person. This is the companion, because literally on this card it says companionship dog. So I feel like, and again, there's two people, so I feel like there's this kind of are you going to come with me energy. Just looking at the dog here and the deer on this card, they're both looking straight on at us, the viewer. So I feel like this is either you two looking at each other, are we doing this, are we going to take this leap of faith, or your person is kind of looking at you saying, I'm ready, are you ready? There's this kind of are you ready energy coming through. I don't think you've got much of a plan here. I don't think you've got a plan. You're coming in with I'll explain why. It's like you're trying to see what's out there. You want to know. It's like you want to know what's going to happen before you take the leap of faith, is the way it's coming through. But you can't know. You can't know what's through a door unless you open it and look through it. You know, maybe people can tell you, but there's a difference when you actually experience something. So there's this hesitancy or this fear where you almost want to know the plan, or you want to know the ending or the outcome without actually taking that leap of faith. It's immobilizing you, it's getting you stuck. So this Three of Earth card, the imagery on it today is it's almost like she's on that, it's the same energy, right? She's on that platform, the diving board, if you like, and she's almost like trying to look out on the horizon. It's like she's trying to see further than she's able to, and she's refusing to move. She's actually becoming kind of like quite solid and immovable, because she doesn't know what's ahead. But it's coming in with this energy of trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Now, the Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles is a card about other people supporting you. I feel like because you've got companionship and this second energy coming in your reading, it's like you've got someone who's saying, look, I'm going to support you. I'm your friend. I've got your back. Do you have my back? It's kind of the feeling of what's coming through. But again, you've got this kind of like landscape that you're kind of walking through. You're kind of quite lost. It feels like you're going into the unknown. And the reason why you're going into the unknown is because it's new, because it's interesting, because it gives you something to explore, because it's stimulating to you. But you kind of want to know what's going to happen before you do it. But this is the problem, right? This is the thing. If you already knew what that experience was going to be, you wouldn't have the urge to experience it. It's the newness, it's the unknown that's actually motivating and driving you at this time. Lord Kuthumi here as well is talking about quite similar energy. It's like trust yourself. It comes in with this message of like, you are the oracle, you are the change. It's if you're waiting for somebody to come to you with all the answers, I feel like you have to discover the answers step by step. This is a card about doing things step by step. It actually says if you took one step towards your dreams, towards your wishes every single day, by the end of the year you'd have taken like 365 steps, and you'd be able to see your progress. But if you are, it's like analysis paralysis almost. It's your fear is keeping you trapped. You're not moving forwards. So again, you've got as I say, this is like, you are the change. This card here on the underline says you are the oracle. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So it's like you have to trust your intuition here to guide you to move forward. It's like, I do feel with this intention card again, with another pillar, it's like you're up there. It's like you have the knowledge. The dandelion clock talks to me about wishes. It's like you've set an intention. You've got some kind of inner knowledge, some kind of higher knowledge, but it's the actual taking action that I feel like is troubling you. Now this row here, you also have protection here as well, protection cave. So I do feel like you are being protected either by the divine or by literally some kind of friend or person who has your back. These two cards here, find balance. Find the balance between your work, rest and playtime, and you will have more energy, harmony and productivity in your life. Take a power nap. And motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Now, I've got Mars in Sagittarius, which is all about how you take action. And I know that I tend to take action in bursts. I have bursts of energy where I do a lot and then I get very, very tired and I have to kind of have rest days. So I'm not very good at kind of like working consistently day after day. I kind of like have a lot of energy and then have to rein it back in. So this is saying find a balance. So if you're anything like me, again, it's my Mars placement, so it's slightly different than sun sign. But if you're anything like me and some of the Sagittarians I know, you probably have something similar where you've got a lot of enthusiasm and then it kind of wanes and you have to, it's almost like burning out and then you have to kind of like replenish. So it's not known to be, again, comparing you to Taurus. Taurus is slow and steady wins the race, right? Which is kind of saying this is your advice here. It's like, instead of doing everything in a burst, I mean, if it works for you, great. But you may want to make sure that every single day you take a step towards your dreams and goals. So if you were writing a book, perhaps, because she is illustrating a book here, I'll just show you, it's like an illustrated manuscript, illuminated manuscript that she's working on there, kind of like a medieval text, right? So it's like, well, do a page a day. Again, I tend to work in fits and spurts. And Sagittarius is an energy that's not known for completing things because you kind of get distracted by something new quite a lot. So I really feel like there's a message here about being steady, being focused, making slow, steady progress towards your goals, not screwing things up and throwing them away because you've found something new or because, I don't know, just find the balance with your work, rest and play and try and make steady progress towards your goals. Try not to procrastinate too much. This card is showing me, like, this to me today is saying like getting really easily distracted by everything around you. It's like, oh, I found a new flower. Oh, there's another flower. There's another flower. And not appreciating the first flower anymore because you got distracted by the other flowers. So I think you're getting distracted. Again, to show you this card, she's kind of daydreaming there. I can definitely relate, you know. Daydreaming, she's kind of stopped working, she's gazing off into the distance. So there is this thing about, if it's work for you, I think you're finding, if your work's repetitive, I think you're getting very, very bored. I think you need mental stimulation, you need the playtime. So if you're doing something that's like an office job, it's the same thing day in, day out, I think it's really stifling your creativity at this time. Big message in there for you. Over here, back to this wanting to go to the new, wanting the leap of faith. You are really focused on your happiness right now, 10 of water, and this is emotions shared with other people. So you are trying to get balanced. He kind of like looks quite, he's like a Buddha, so he's kind of meditating there, this happy Buddha. So, you know, maybe there is a message about finding the happiness in the place you're in. But more, I feel like you're really just open to new experiences. You've got this wide open card here again, still stood on that mountaintop, still waiting to take the leap of faith, open to opportunities, but perhaps not knowing which way to jump or which step to take. I really feel like you're kind of frozen. I do think there's a message here, especially with this kind of Fool card energy coming through, of take the plunge, take the leap of faith. Now again, trust your instincts because there is fear here, there is the unknown here. I'm really drawn to this card. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? If you knew that money wasn't an issue, if you knew that your friends had you back, what would you do? I really think that whatever that is for you, please do take whatever steps you can towards that. So if it's like you want to travel, have you got your passport? Is it updated? Have you had your COVID shots? Have you looked up the information about how to travel to where you want to travel to? Have you looked up about citizenship if you want to change your country? Have you looked up, you know, what the conversion rate is for money? Have you looked up what skills you need to do a certain job? Have you got the training to do that? Do you need a driver's license? There's a lot of questions. You know, do you have the money saved to do what you want to do? So even though something may feel a bit like a pipe dream at the moment, it may feel very far off in the future, I think there are like things that you could be researching, or things that you could be looking up, or things that you could be preparing, so that if opportunities arise, you're ready. I do think you are ready. I feel like there's something going on with numbers as well. I've got 41, 48, 3, 20, 17, 10, 42 and 31. So I feel like there could be something going on with numbers there. I'm not quite seeing the pattern, but there you go. It ends with this depth card, which is like exploring emotional depths of a situation, or like you take the plunge, right? You take the leap of faith, you take the plunge. Yeah, so I feel like this is the thing, connecting with this card, you don't know what's out there until you experience it. And I think when you do experience it, there's going to be a lot to learn, a lot to investigate, because basically if we take out that card, a lot of these cards are quite stark. There's not a lot of detail to them, where here there's a lot of detail that she's kind of being distracted by. If you see here, like this leap of faith, if I look to the underlying, which I feel is like you can't quite see it yet, it's hidden from you because it's reliant upon you taking the leap of faith. I've got these two cards in the underlying. So if you look at this richness, marine life richness, and this beauty with the swan, there's a lot of detail on these cards. So I feel like you take the leap of faith, you take the plunge, and there's a lot to discover. It's like this is the resurfacing, right? This is the like coming back out of it to say all this stuff that I've discovered. If you look here, there's a lady on that card looking at all the richness. So it feels like that's your journey. You take the leap of faith. You can't see what's down there until you're in it. There's a lot. It's almost overwhelming, right? So if you're starting a new job, don't overdo it. Don't try and take on too much all at once. Try and stay focused, because I think there's a lot to distract you here. Again with the numbers 31, 32, and then there's 20 again. And then, yeah, this is kind of like coming back up, and kind of, to me, it's like telling people what you've seen, or like, I don't know, there's just coming back up for air. Come back up for air. Don't get overwhelmed with whatever this is, but it looks like it's stimulating for you. It looks like it's good. You also have a yang, which is about taking action. So, oh, and soulmates under that as well. Lovely. Your person may be a bit of a thinker as well, or you're a bit of a thinker, because you've got philosopher and thinker there as well. Somebody may have studied philosophy, or be interested in philosophy, or just generally have that vibe about them. Again, there's something with the numbers, because you've got 41 again there, and 1, 44, 25, 32. There's some, yeah, look, 22, 32, 20. I don't know what it is with the numbers, but there's something going on with the numbers. It's like some sort of pattern there that I'm not quite seeing. All right, so Sagittarius, I hope that was helpful to you. I am going to continue the reading a bit longer. I'm going to read you the description of some of the cards, but if you're short of time, that's the overview. So I think you've probably got something to take from that. If you want to skip to the end of the reading, I'm going to pull an advice card. You could go and have a look at that. For those of you who have a bit more time today, you're just chilling, let's dive into some of the descriptions of these cards to kind of get that deeper dive. I'd say the key cards for you, you don't have a center card, but I think I'm really drawn to this trust your path. If you were supported, what would you do? The card that leads this reading is companionship and dog. You may be going on an adventure, and perhaps you're taking your dogs with you. It could be that you have a pet dog that's your companion. You want to go and do something, but it's like, well, what do you do with the dog? I don't know, something like that. or this is a person who's like a friend who's coming with you. Maybe you're going traveling and this friend is like your buddy, you know. You've got this poised, again, this feeling of like ready to go, which is definitely similar to this wide open card. Poised, ready to go, ready to take the leap of faith, ready for the opportunity, like it's like waiting for that opportunity. Then you've got this Ten of Water, so it is talking about happiness and happiness with other people, and the Depth card, so there is perhaps unknown depths to a situation or a person. It could be you don't understand this person, you've only seen the surface level of them, but they've got these hidden depths, you know, they've got this kind of soul of a philosopher. I mean, philosopher, I'd say, does fit quite well with Sagittarian energy, so it could be you. I've used the Four of Masks to bookmark the dog. The Four of Masks talks to me about, again, this feeling of like being dissatisfied with the roles that you've been playing. So it's like you almost like, if you think about the Four of Cups talks about relationships. Past relationships have disappointed you, people have let you down. So this great fourth cup that's coming in is like going to be a missed opportunity. You're not interested because you're disappointed in the past, but what the person doesn't see is that that new cup that's coming in is the divinely guided Ace of Cups. So this is a deck that I was working on ages ago, and again, I don't get things finished, I'm terrible. So it's like I get really interested in things and then I get distracted by something else. So that's that Sagittarius energy playing out for me. So the Four of Masks has a similar meaning. So the masks talks about roles that we play, masks that we put on, responsibilities, you know, being a mother, being a friend, being a teacher, being a daughter, being a I don't know, whatever it is that you do. It could be talking about different jobs that you've tried. So it's like those 3 jobs that I tried, those 3 different roles that I played didn't work out. They left me feeling dissatisfied. So do I really want to take this fourth opportunity to go for this fourth role? But it's like, well, it's the divinely guided role. It's the role that's going to be right for you. So don't miss the opportunity. It's a very similar meaning. Companionship. Be a firm and ethical friend. Seek loyalty. There's that word again, loyalty. Seek loyalty and honesty in your friendships. Our friendships should be supportive and not competitive. There is a difference between solitude and loneliness, which is interesting because I'm sure you had something about solitude. Maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was somebody else. It could have been Libra or Scorpio. Something hidden will be illuminated. We all have aspects of ourselves that we do not, appreciate or like. Learn to change these things. What is that? Why am I burping so much all of a sudden? I'm so sorry. Learn to change these things if they do not benefit us or lovingly accept them. Mythos. The great goddess Hecate, I should know, I studied classics, but Hecate was a goddess of the underworld and paradoxically a torchbearer who brought the light into this same darkness. Illuminating the darkest pathways, this magnetic goddess invited people to travel the shadows with her, but under her wise guidance. Hecate is often depicted standing at the crossroads with the 3-headed dog representing the past, present and future. Again, it's this light in the unknown, right? But if you think about a torch, it's not going to light much of that path ahead. So all you can do is take one step in front of the other. But you are being guided. There is divine guidance here, I think is the message of this card. Hecate was referred to as Skylakitin, the lady of the dogs, and as Philoskylax, dog loving. So the root word sky perhaps means dog, possibly. I'd have to look that up. Interesting though, sky dog, right? Sky dog, dog sky. Maybe you've got a dog called Sky. It was said that you could hear the howls of the dogs of the goddess before she appeared to you, and all dogs that passed away went to her to be cared for. That's like all dogs go to Hecate. Some say she was a lonely goddess passing through the underworld as she did, while others say that with her dogs for company she could never be lonely. The goddess Artemis also had hunting dogs by her side everywhere she went. Cerberus was the greatest hound that guarded the gates of the underworld for his master Hades, and dogs are one of the 12 signs of the Chinese zodiac. That's my Chinese zodiac sign. I'm a dog too. I believe it does. I believe that the Chinese zodiac sign of the dog does talk about faithfulness, companionship, loyalty, but also kind of like almost being like a follower, not a leader, but like more like in a supportive role, kind of like a team player energy, I think. Again, I'm not super good at Chinese astrology, but maybe you could go and look up your Chinese zodiac sign as well, you know, see what that is. Dog magic is loving and warm and protective. If you are feeling lonely or you wish to attract good loyal friends, you can call upon dog energy to help. If you have been betrayed by somebody or you feel mistrusted, call upon this energy to heal you. So it could be that somebody around you has betrayed you in terms of loyalty, or that you feel like somebody doesn't trust your loyalty. So there's healing from that. You know, even if you haven't done anything wrong, if wrong has been done against you or assumed about you, that can be quite painful. You know, there is pain with that, you know, the judgment or treatment of others. So even though it's not your fault, it's something about that other person, a projection, or, you know, their own behavior, you know, you can work on that and figure out why you feel the way you do, and what you can drop from that and what you can take forwards. So again, Ace of Earth, some kind of offer, some kind of opportunity. It could be that you're waiting for some kind of offer or opportunity because you've got this kind of Three of Earth, this kind of like looking out, frozen, wanting to work with other people, but perhaps, you know, that it's a far horizon. Poise though, it's like you're ready, whatever it is. I think it could be intuitively, you know, something's coming into you, you're ready for it. It could be a long time coming. It could be that you're prepared to take an opportunity if one arises. 48. Essential meanings, being ready. Fives are about changes, feathers are about divine opportunity, divine synchronicity, going with the flow, that kind of freedom to follow your soul direction. Being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, and you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin, so you're ready. People respond to your confidence and they trust you. So again, this loyalty, right, coming back through with trust. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. If you're going into something, it's worth kind of faking it till you make it a little bit. So I feel like you do have this sense of like not quite knowing what you're getting into, being out of your depth perhaps. But I think it's saying that, especially if you're some kind of team leader, it's like other people will respond to your confidence, even if it's a bit of a false mask at the moment. So it's almost like your confidence is going to be reassuring to other people. They're going to trust you. There's going to be some kind of loyalty there to you if you can kind of lead the way through the unknown at the moment. Relationship message. So if it's specifically a relationship for you, when you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You haven't, again, depth is here, and you've got this stuff going on under the surface of somebody that I think you're connecting with. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. So you're really actually quite in a good place, Sagittarius. I think you need more faith in yourself. If it's career for you or money or finance, I'm going to read the prosperity message. You have every reason to feel confident. Everything you need to make your success concrete is now at your disposal. You can take action, knowing that you are ready to step into your power, into your light, and into your service to the world. The direction you're moving in is your destiny. Your soul is smiling with joy as you align with this truth. So there is this element of destiny, of fate coming in for you here. I feel like it's positive for you. I feel like you want to do this. I feel like there's fear surrounding it, but I feel like you're ready to go up a level, if you like, if you want to put it that way. I'm just gonna have a quick sip of water. I'm sorry for the gross swallowing noises. Queen of Keys. So this could be somebody with feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a man or a woman, she, he, they, but I feel like they're coming in with quite a feminine energy of wanting to support you. Again, you've got this think about support here. Three of Pentacles is working as part of a team. It could be some kind of boss who is encouraging you or nurturing you to take a certain role. Lord Cthulhu, you are the change. When Lord Cthulhu first arrived, he lost no time informing me who he was. I am a dragon elder and spokesdragon for the Galactic Council. He went on to say, if you desire to be able to hold the energies of the 5th to the 7th dimensions, you need to be clear of all your earthly woes and fears, and your deep need for control. Your light bodies need to be in alignment with those of Earth and the astrological light matrix. Only then will you become a tool and a tuning device to lift the energy of the planet. As more of you gather together and do this work, the greater will be your chance of bringing lasting peace to Earth. Lord Cthulhu went on to explain why the dragons are here collectively. We have come because lasting peace is achievable on Earth. There are other galaxies beyond your human understanding at this time, where it has happened. We dragons are as old as the universe itself and have encountered and witnessed humanity in all its guises through the ages. You are the change. I don't know, take it if it resonates, leave it if it's a bit too big for you. 10 of Keys. So this is gaining some sort of skill to unlock something. 10's about completion. Keys are about unlocking doors or opportunities or skills. So you're building some skills here, or you're completing a learning cycle, or you're in the process of doing so. So trust your path. If you knew you were supported, what would you do? The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. The universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt, because I am picking up on fear and doubt here. You're just being asked to keep moving towards whatever your soul is calling you to move towards. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. You are the change. So do what's right for your soul, and that will be inspirational to other people. It lifts the vibration of the planet. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination, what did I say, before they take the next step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page every day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not always going to work out the way you are planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could have possibly imagined. The thing is, you can't imagine what it's going to be like if you haven't experienced it. The universe has experienced everything. You know, this is why Lord Cthulhu is here, because they know everything. They've experienced everything. They know everything from the start to the end of the universe. They know what's out there. You don't. You haven't experienced it yet. So if you're trying to manifest something, the universe is like, you're thinking too small, Sagittarius. You're not actually seeing... You don't know what there is. We're trying to give you all this abundance and, you know, all this great stuff here that's going to be really stimulating for you. But right now, you can't see the hidden depths, you know, from your perspective. So trust the universe. The universe knows what's best. Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. So there is support here. This is teamwork. You've got this fine balance and motivation. I'm not going to read these just because it's a lot for my voice. But as I say, it talks about not procrastinating, also not overworking, but finding a good work-life balance. And also like finding the motivation. So if you're feeling good, inspired, if you're not feeling motivated, you know, ask the universe, ask the flower fairies for support. Maybe literally get some flowers in your room, or something bright and beautiful and colourful, and look at it and allow it to inspire you. 10 of Water talks about happiness shared with other people, as I say, and then you've got this wide open and depth. I think I'm going to go to depth first because I think there is hidden depths. It says, do not take the shallow alternative. Again, there's this kind of like deep, like you've got philosophy and soulmates and thinker there. There is this deep calling, this deep connection, which I think is going to make you happy, where I think a past situation or the situation you're currently in it feels like surface level. You know there's more to life than what you're getting. Deep dive, do the research, do not cut corners. Again, going back to this procrastination thing. You may not be seeing the whole picture, so take your time with the decision. So don't, you are being told a leap of faith is going to be good for you at this time, but you need to make sure it's right for you before you jump. It's going to be hard to get back up on that cliff, isn't it, once you've jumped off. So you are going into the unknown, so do take the time with that decision. It's not something you want to do on a whim, but I don't think you're going to get everything out of it until you experience it. This is the catch-22 that you're in, isn't it? The cave says you are loved and protected in your endeavours. Know yourself. Taking silent time is good for your mental health. Retreating after periods of extreme hard work is positive. Be embraced by nature. So again, this thing about retreating after periods of hard work. So it could be that you do a job where you have to work very hard, very fast for a short period of time, and then you have a lot of rest. So perhaps like, I don't know, something like where you work on a schedule, perhaps like movies. I think there was something about movies coming through. Perhaps you're an actor, you tour for so many months, and then it's like you have a few months off, right, to recover. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be that specific thing, but something like that. Okay, let's go to wide open, and then we'll pull you an advice card. So 7 of Masks. Yeah, I think there's more. I think there's stuff being hidden from you. I think you don't quite see how much depth people have around you. There's hidden things about the people you're associating with, I think. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I think you're just seeing the surface of people and you want to get to know them better. Perhaps, especially if you're going to embark on a journey with them, you want to know a little bit more about them first, right? You are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share it in the bounty of life's endless possibilities. In all manner of opportunities, all manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The wide open card is a signal that you are able to truly manifest your dreams and that your goals are in sight. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. Again, this faking it till you make it thing is coming up. You have a unique voice that needs to be expressed in the world. The universe is supportive of your new ideas and approaches at this time, so speak up and speak out. I feel like you could go into something, again, it could be some kind of job role where at first you really feel out of your depth because it's new, right? But because that's good, because it's challenging you and there's growth opportunities there. So I don't think you want to go in and say that you've got all the answers, that you know how to do everything. But I think if you're going into a new employer, you want to show that you're willing to learn, you want to grow, you've got enthusiasm to learn and grow. And, what you don't already know, you're going to put a lot of effort into building those skills up and learning quite quickly. So I don't think anyone expects you to be able to, swim the first time you're thrown into the deep end, but you're going to flounder a little bit, but you're also going to find your feet. I think you're going to learn how to swim quite quickly in whatever this new environment is for you. So try not to be scared, but also be truthful about your capabilities. Truthful, I think, to your superiors about what you can do and what you can't do, but the people who are in your team and the people who are under you, perhaps you want to be going into it appearing to be confident so that they can put their faith and trust in you, something like that. This card is the sign of the maverick who freely roams the wide open space of possibility. Allow for a greater vision to replace old ideas as you dream a grander dream. Yeah, you're dreaming big. You're dreaming bigger than you've dreamt before, because I think you're seeing that there's a lot of opportunity out there. And I think you are feeling unsettled with what you've got. Again, maybe do go and listen to that Paloma Faith song, Loyal. But I think sometimes it comes through to me as you're always searching for something that's perfect and dissatisfied with what you have. And you have to learn that not everything is perfect. It's coming through with a different meaning for you today. For you, it's like how can you appreciate what you've got if you don't know what's out there? Is the way it's coming through for you. So I don't know. So you've got co-create with spirit, 17. Spirit has your back, 23, and 41. Again, 41's come out 3 times. Love is all around. You've got 3 birds there as well. So I don't know if birds are significant to you. Yeah, you're good. Whatever you're doing, it's good. Spirit absolutely has your back. You've got this protection card and things like this. So I think you are, if the universe has a plan for you, if you're meant to do something, and especially if you're meant to do something that benefits others, you know, especially if you're breaking through a glass ceiling, you know, you're doing something that's not been done before, that you're doing the unknown. So of course there's going to be a bit of floundering with that. You know, if you're going on an unknown path, that's normal. But what happens is you make it easier for the people who follow. So I think if you're doing something where you're going into the unknown, you're doing something that hasn't been done before, and you've got some fear surrounding that, if you're fated to do that for the benefit of mankind, then the universe is going to protect you and make sure you're making the right choices, and that your path is lit when you need it to be lit, right? It's like you only need the next step to be lit, and if you have trust and faith in the universe and you take that step, then the next step will be lit for you. Keep moving forwards, keep taking those steps, Sagittarius. I think you're incredibly supported. It's coming through so strongly in this reading. Love is all around. Spirit has your back. Co-create with spirit. Protection, companionship. If it's not in your 3D reality, if this isn't like a person or people showing up for you, then it's happening energetically in the spirit realm. So I hope that brings you a lot of comfort and faith, especially if you are going into the unknown. Again, you are being asked to pause and get more information. You know, if you're applying for a job, it's a good thing to ask for more information. You know, doing your research, making sure you're as prepared as you can be on your side. Just don't procrastinate, and don't overwork as well. I feel like I don't want to leave you reading, but I think that's done. So I hope it was helpful to you. Do take care, and I will see you again soon, Sagittarius. Bye bye. Hello, so thank you for watching my reading. I'd love it if you hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave me a comment if anything particularly resonated, share with friends, or really helps out the channel. Stealth watchers are also very welcome here. If you're interested in any of the decks I used in today's reading, you can see all the box art here below. So the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid, the Enchanted Map Oracle cards, again by Colette Baron Reid. I've got Karen Kay's Oracle of the Fairies, Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle cards, the Divine Animals Oracle and the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, Wisdom of the Oracle, again by Colette Baron Reid, Dragon's Path by Caroline Mitchell, and again Colette Baron Reid bringing it in with the 4th deck, and it's the Spirit Animal Oracle cards. So I buy all my decks from Amazon because it's easy and it's just like set up ready to go. So you can find them all there, and I'm sure they're available from other retailers as well. Not sponsored, not an ad, I just know sometimes people are curious about the decks I'm using. So do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.